because we're going to talk about hacking, not hacking computers. We're going to talk about biohacking and specifically light hacking, which some of you may be scratching your heads and thinking, what on earth is that? But we've got just the man to talk about it. So Thaddeus, why don't I just hand over to you? Give us a bit of a background. Well, tell us what biohacking is, how you got into it.
Absolutely. So thanks, Jeff. I am going to talk about light hacking, and that's a subset of biohacking, but my opinion, the most important and often missed part of biohacking and optimal human health is the light part, and that's what we're going to dig into today. So it took me a long time to get there. When I first found biohacking, it was about 10 years ago. And so what most people may or may not be aware of is the kind of term biohacking was invented or coined by Dave Asprey about 2005. So he's, of course, the founder of Bulletproof. He's the Bulletproof executive. And I did study and train with Dave for a period of time as a Bulletproof coach and some other things. So he kind of coined this term, but it's bigger than just Dave Asprey and Bulletproof, of course, where biohacking essentially means taking control of your own biology. So we kind of own ourselves. We're the CEO of our own health and of ourselves. And if that is true and we want optimal health, it is something we can take upon ourselves to modify the environment that's around us. So our home, our light environment, the food that we eat, and the environment inside of us using the latest science, but also, in my opinion, ancient practices. So what have humans been doing forever that works really well, that we've gotten away from in our indoor life? And what is the latest science showing that we can incorporate into our lifestyle, into our bodies, into our mind to make us optimally healthy and not just of average health? And so biohacking explores these realms of science-based and then natural ancestral practice and applies them. So instead of just learning about it, we apply it in our own lives and experiment on ourselves and figure out, did it really work for me? And then hopefully tell others what worked and what didn't work and make the world a better place.
Great. Just to delve a little bit deeper into that. So biohacking, it's kind of related to this, this craze we had for the quantified self, where people were tracking and measuring their vital stats, their food and their sleep and their fitness. And Dave Asprey has, as you said, coined the term biohacking. And there's quite a wide range of biohackers, isn't there? There's some quite extreme stuff in there, and there's some stuff which is quite reasonable. It's kind of science and research based, but also practice based, as you said, isn't it?
Yeah, I think, and so I come at it from a slightly different way than some people. And yes, there are the people that are looking at how to optimize our biology, and there's others that want to look at our biology and figure out kind of the tricks and hacks to modify our biology to help us live longer. So Dave Asprey wants to live to be 180. I don't know if that's changed now. I haven't followed him in quite some time as I've been diving into this light for the last couple years. But that's absolutely true, is some people want to enhance their biology, sometimes with implanted things, with other drugs potentially. So my background, of course, is I spent 10 years developing pharmaceutical products. And so I'm very aware of this kind of pharmaceutical, biological change. And the unfortunate part about pharmaceuticals is when we invent synthetic compounds in order to process them, when we make them synthetic, they tend to not be the same molecules that nature would invent. And in fact, when that happens, everything that your body produces, everything that you are, that is a part of you, does interact with light, which we'll get into. But when you create a pharmaceutical molecule, it's slightly different than what nature would make and interacts with light in an incorrect way, which is why you get all these side effects from pharmaceuticals. So I spent 10 years developing these pharmaceuticals. My background is chemical engineering, and then I've got a master's degree in holistic nutrition. And my kind of breaking point was standing in this giant pharmaceutical plant. So I work for a pharmaceutical company that is the largest over-the-counter pharmaceutical. Not a branded name. So we would make the Target, the Walmart, the Walgreen, all these large brands. We would make all their products for them and put their labels.
Basically, you are concocting the ingredients for all of these big name brands. So we won't mention that.
Exactly. Big. Yes. So I was developing pharmaceuticals as a generic company. So we would put whoever's label on it that wanted to buy it. So very big brands all over the world. And we were the largest pharmaceutical company doing this. And I was standing at the top of a 10,000 gallon batch of children's pharmaceutical product and dumping in a fiber pack drum. So I was developing the manufacturing processes for these huge scales. And the drum I was pouring in had a big skull and crossbones on it, poison, carcinogen. I'm wearing a full respirator, a Tyvek suit, and all the people that are working on this batch, all the workers are wearing respirators. And here we are pouring poison, skull and crossbone carcinogens into a children's product that's supposed to be making them healthier. And that was my breaking point where